And Jonathon McCoy with Market Advisory Group back with us this morning. And today we're talking about changes coming to Social Security in 2024.
And so, Jonathan, in 2023, Social Security recipients received a nice little adjustment.
Yeah.
But will that be the same for 24? How does that look?
Not quite. So inflation came in a little bit lower than expected this year, which is sort of a good thing economically instead of in terms of slowing down some of the inflation, but it does have a negative impact on that increase to your Social Security benefit for the year of 2024. We're getting a 3.2% increase. So we're always encouraging. I know we talk a lot in these segments about tax management, tax projections, getting ahead of it. You don't want to get hit with an unexpected tax bill. So reviewing how changes, even something as simple that happens almost every year, like the cost of living adjustment on your Social Security benefit, reviewing how that impacts your total income situation with your financial advisor and or your tax advisor. If you don't have a tax advisor, reach out to us. But reviewing that with those financial professionals in your life to make sure that your withholdings are correct, that you're not going to be hit with an unexpectedly high tax bill because of that increase. It's always a good idea.
Yeah, Medicare every year, big topic. Are there big changes coming to Medicare premiums in 2024 as well?
Yeah, so Medicare premiums are increasing by a little bit larger percentage than the Social Security cost of living adjustment. So your overall cost in that amount that's coming out of your Social Security check is going to be a little bit larger than this year in 2023. So again, accounting for that in terms of your budget and what your total expenses are, we're already through the open enrollment period for 2023, so hopefully you were meeting with your Medicare advisors and talking to them about adjustments on your plan that you're paying for, either out of pocket or if you have Medicare Advantage or Part C, that you are adjusting and accounting for, how are those cost changes affecting your budget relative to what your income is going to be. In general, most people are going to see a net slight increase to their Social Security premiums even after the Medicare premium increase. So that's a little bit of good news.
Yeah. Also good news is that you and your team do a really good job of preparing people for these changes. And really, it's not like you know that they're coming, but talk to us about how do you help with these changes?
It's sort of a read and react situation, right? And there's been a lot of tax rule changes around retirement accounts the last couple of years with the Secure Act and the Secure Act 2.0. So Secure Act was 2020, Secure Act 2.0 was just this year in January 2023, I should say. Unfortunately, the IRS is still leaving some of the interpretation of those new rules up to future clarification. So even our CPAs have a little bit of, not necessarily argument, but disagreement on how to interpret some of these rules. And the IRS basically just says, well, if you start following the rule one way, especially in regard to required minimum distributions, you better keep following it that way. That's the way a lot of things work with our tax code is if you've done it this way for a while, you better keep doing it that way. You can't really change midstream. So the unfortunate part with the IRS here recently is with as many changes as we've seen, we're still left a little bit in the dark in terms of how the IRS is going to be treating some of those things tax-wise. So always consult with a tax professional when you're talking about especially retirement accounts and what those minimum distribution rules are.
Appreciate the guidance and all the info. Jonathan and his team would love for you to schedule a complimentary consultation and submit your questions. You can do so by visiting askouradvisor.com or giving them a call 816-548-2000. They'll take your questions, even meet with you one-on-one free of charge. If you include your address, Market Advisory Group will send you a free gift.